everybody, back here again for our vlog a day. Today is Tuesday the 18th, and today was a lovely day outside. Beautiful weather, nice breeze, everything that you could want for in a beautiful Florida spring day. So definitely went ahead and got a couple things accomplished this morning. Got up super early and basically had the pup coming, so I had to deal with that. And I had to keep the pup quiet while my wife finished sleeping, which is one of those things that always kind of ends up being the biggest challenge of is keeping him and Bruce from playing too hard before my wife gets up. So she finally got up, got a couple other things done, went ahead, got the dogs played outside, got to roughhouse them around a little bit, whatever. They were just having a good time. It wasn't a great time, but it was just kind of that, it is what it is. Like, Bruce gets annoyed by that pup quite often. The puppy's got so much energy and just does not understand the concept of settle down as opposed to just full bore annoy the shit out of things. Kind of like that little brother, little sister type scenario of what it is. So went ahead, basically they hung out though for a while, got a couple things done, ended up ordering myself a new cigar pipe. The dog knocked mine off the fan just too many times, and it finally cracked the stem, I guess, part, the mouthpiece, and it's just like a Bakelite material, and it just finally cracked. I was gonna start super gluing and stuff, and I'm like, it's not that great of a cigar pipe anyway. So I figure, why not? I'm gonna try and get a different one. So I went ahead and looked around. Part of me wants to. I'm afraid I'm gonna glue the thing in, and it's gonna be like ruined forever. Which I guess it's ruined forever anyway. So I might as well at least try and see if I can't make it work. So. But they're not that expensive. So I ended up looking around, found myself a kind of a cool looking one, and the biggest thing with this new one that's coming in has a flat bottom, which I don't know why all pipes don't have a flat bottom on them. They're like, I guess they want to sell you a pipe stand as well. So it allows it to stand up on its own, which is super cool. Makes it much easier. Got to figure out maybe a little better way. With the flat bottom, I won't have to hang it in the fan as like my cigar holder. I'll be able to leave it on the table until I take it inside, and the dog will be less likely to knock it off, which means it should be less likely to be broken again and again, get knocked off, eventually breaks it. So that's kind of a positive thought I'm looking at. Stock market is going just into the complete shitter right now. I deposited another $5,350 into my Webull account, and stuck it in my account. I was going to keep that money separate from the house and the sale of my house up in Iowa and stuff, and I just said, hell, because if I put it in the other account, I don't have as long of a standing, as good of a reputation with them. I won't be able to buy stuff as quickly, and I wanted to be able to access my money quicker. They'd have like a 5-10 day hold on it, and I didn't want to mess with that because I can throw it in there, and basically it's almost like I'm buying with margins, because if that account was somehow get hacked and not get in there, they would then sell off my other stuff to make back the $5,300 or $5,350. But there's no reason it shouldn't, except I moved the money from my account in there, so it's not like I'm waiting for a check from some stranger to cash. So it was already my money. So I went ahead and said, heck with that. Was able to get a couple things moved around, get a couple things bought. I don't know. I don't know how it's going to keep going red. It's going to keep going red for a while. It's one of those things where if I would have, I don't know. It's one of those things I kind of wish I would have sold out when I saw the market starting to take a shit, and then just set my money for a while and try and buy it back in. But man, buying in and out of the market it's hard. It's hard to time that crap right, and then you miss it on a big jump up, and now you feel like you've missed out on even more because you're out there. So my account did ironically drop for the first time, actually for the second time ever in history, dropped below what I put in there. So I put in 22,530 is what I put in up until now, and I dropped down to like 22,000, like 330, I think where we're at. So I was a couple $100 off of what I would have been, maybe 230. I don't know, it was like $300 off. It was not much, but I'm actually below my what I've installed, what I've deposited in there. So if I was to sell out today, I would actually have lost money. But like I said, I've lost like $7,000 already so far. But I'd have made enough to begin with that I'd made over $7,000 that covered it back up. So it's all good. Deposited more money because, like I said, you buy when it's on sale, and everything's got to correct itself. It just is what it is. I just wish I would have sold when it was like $6,000 up. So, but if I do that, I got to then pay taxes on that $6,000, and it becomes a real pain in the butt. And then I got to pay my accountant more money to even do my taxes, and it just kind of goes back and forth. And I just kind of left it alone. I really am kicking myself in the ass a little bit for not selling it, because I kind of saw it going to be taking a fall for a little while when the Fed started talking about, inflation, raising interest rates, which I knew was going to take a shit a little bit, but it is what it is. So I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. I'm good with it. Like I said, if this money all goes away tomorrow, we'll still live our life without, we'll still have food in our bellies, and and we'll have a roof over our head and stuff. But it'd be nice to turn that into more money, instead of less money, because that always sucks. So I could have went to, on a cruise or went to Vegas and lost it just as easily. So it is what it is there. But went ahead. Other than that, hung out with the dogs outside quite a bit, let them play around and stuff. Been doing the whole feeding the pup through that food cube that I basically have to roll it around to get his food out, and it basically he seems to enjoy the shit out of it. Like, it keeps him entertained, keeps his mind sharp, gives him something to do, lets him run around things and whatnot. Hung outside, ended up having myself a cigar with the dogs, chilled out a little bit inside, ended up calling about a house that's I've seen for sale. They're remodeling it, says coming soon, and it looks like it's pretty close to being done. So I went ahead and called the number, and the guy said they haven't been up there for a while. They've been, kind of slacking instead of getting it finished. They need to come down. I said, well, you're coming down, let me know what day you're coming, and, if we're available, I'll run over and take a look at it and stuff and whatnot. And then he basically called back a little bit later and said they could be down there this afternoon. They need to get a bunch of work done. So they were planning on heading down this afternoon, and I said, okay, cool. So I met them there when my wife got off work, went and looked at the house, and on paper it's not bad. It's at the top of our price range. It's like $330. Probably more we want to spend on a house right now, and the layout on it just would not work. There's no way it would work for us for like a split unit, like for my mom living there and stuff. It just wouldn't work because like it would. There's no bathroom on there's no shower on the first floor except for the master bedroom, and I thought, well, I just give my mom the master bedroom, which would not be a problem on the first floor, but the upstairs bedrooms are both just minutely tiny. They're so small. And even on top of that, the bathroom up there is really small too, and it just becomes a vicious cycle of now I'm living upstairs and with the tiny rooms and tiny bathrooms and stuff that I don't want to live with, and I'm doing that just so my mom can live here. Like, I'm not paying $330 for a house that I'm not going to be comfortable in. And the kitchen was shut off and it was all closed up, but it was a really tiny kitchen, and they're like, well, there's no other way we could have done it with that doing stuff. And I'm like, well, you could have just moved the kitchen out a little farther out into where the dining room / living room is, open that up and got rid of this whole sidewall as well, and really opened this whole room up, and it would have been a whole different world. Like, had they done that, I think it would have been a different world in there completely. But they also did some other stupid things I wasn't a fan of. They went through and tore off part of the garage and cut it off and put like a giant hallway to it with the washer and dryer, because it gets hot in a garage when you're doing laundry. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but you're not out there doing laundry much. Like, you walk out, you open the washer, you throw stuff in, dump in some soap, sit, start, and walk away. Dryer, same thing. You take it out, take it back to your bedroom or back to their room to fold them and stuff. Don't hang out in the laundry room. But they wanted to be able to air condition it and stuff, which was fine until you realize you step it off, and it doesn't even leave my 15-foot garage anymore. The garage now is like, I can fit my Focus in there. My boat won't fit there without the motor and without the trailer. My boat wouldn't even fit in the damn thing. So, well, it becomes way too small. Like, you lose so much space, and it's just a giant waste of space also in the fact that, like, you got this 24-foot long hallway that opens up, does nothing. It's got the weird step down to it. It's just, there's a lot of problems I was not a fan of. So definitely, yay, I'm glad that they're happy with it, but there's no way I would waste that. I'd lose that garage space. I may have very easily, the other side of that wall, I could have cut around, turned around, and basically installed the washer and dryer more in the inside hallway and just opened the wall, just turn the drain around. That would have been perfectly fine. I would have had no problem at all with that. And I even would have had no problem putting the washer and dryer in the closet of the guest room, because again, guests, how often they need to bring that much clothes with them, so fuck them, and if they're a guest of mine, then I can, when they go out to do whatever, because they're going to be doing a lot more visiting and seeing things, I can do laundry when they're gone, for the day. So it is what it is, but definitely not what we want. It's got a pool. The pool is tiny, very, very small. There's a lot of just little issues and stuff. They mulched almost the entire yard. There was things that just, it wasn't going to work. So left there, let them know, hey, it's not going to work for us and stuff. The guy was really cool about it. He's like, hey, understand, everybody's got their own thing. He's a broker, and he seems to get it. So we kind of had that little chat there and stuff. From there, I headed over to meet up with a BDM that has a side-by-side for sale, and we got there and stuff, and it's the 4-seater, or I guess I can technically hold 5 or some crap, but it's the 2 rows, and I did not know that. It's more of a utility, a little more of a workhorse, less of a play. I don't mind having some work, but I need more play than what that thing has, and it also made me a little bit concerned the fact that he bought it, I guess, whatever, and then, drove it to his buddy's house, and the motor started making noise, like right away started ticking, or motor was going bad. So he gave it to his buddy, and had his buddy completely rebuild the thing. He like rhino lined it. He put, covered all the plastic up and stuff, and he painted everything. A whole bunch of work to it. And he's asking absolute top dollar for it, but it's never even been driven. Like, he doesn't know nothing about it. Like, the transmission might not work right. Like, I want something you've been playing with for a while, and something you've been using that you know what it does. Like, this plastic could all flake off with the damn shit you put on. Now it looks even worse because now it's got gray flaking off it, and it's just, there's a lot of issues. And again, even that brand new motor rebuild, there's no warranty, no nothing. I don't know. It's his buddy who did it. Like, and maybe he did a great job. Maybe that thing will learn another 100 years and it works great, but it also may be complete shit and not do a damn thing. But I could buy one that's used that's been wheeled every weekend for the last 6 months, and it could blow up the next day too. So there's always that chance as well. But it didn't have the fun appeal when I got there as I thought it was going to. So chatted with him for a little bit. That didn't work. We headed on back home. Ended up having some leftovers for dinner, which worked out fine. Everything was great there. Just made it a real easy, lazy ass night. Watched a little bit of TV together, and then from there we headed out. I headed outside, had myself a cigar, played with the dog some and whatnot, and then basically chilled out and finally wrapped it up, headed in, called it a day. So that's all I got for right now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.